Hello.
Hey, look, our mic worked. I started the program before we went live.
Without a mic working.
Sound. Julie's ruining it.
Ruining it? You're ruining it. Anyways, put the cat cam on because they're all like eating cat food now. I thought there'd be a better view than that.
Oh no, this is the view.
That's so funny. Why are they anywhere but on top of the truck where I put all of the food?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know cats aren't like the smartest, but I don't know. I thought they'd be better hunters than this.
They're extra cautious because they think it's a trap. Dog's trying to find the food though.
Oh, he's gonna eat it.
No.
Alright.
So it's a quiet day. I think it's just us.
Yeah, seriously.
Solifin.
To be fair, I don't think I didn't tweet. Did you, Discord?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll tweet.
Like I always say though, there's a ton of people playing Doomtrooper right now. So
And that's what matters.
as long as they're playing, if they don't want to look at my face, then, you know, I'm all for it. Because anything I show here today, I mean, you'll just see in the game next week, so I guess it's okay. Oh, man.
Oh man, yourself. Alright, well, fine. You want to do a quick review of the current season rewards?
No. Not yet.
Defiant.
Tell a story.
Story. We haven't left the house in like 2 weeks. Last time we left the house was skateboarding in Manhattan Beach. We literally have not done anything except go on walks around our neighborhood.
I bought a garage. Rented.
You rented a garage. This is true.
Yeah. I have a storage unit for all my Doomtrooper stuff for conventions, and I have shelves full of cards.
Lots of cards.
And then I also pay for parking for a vintage car that I own. And my friend had offered to rent a garage at her apartment, and it looks big, so I might be able to fit the car and all the Doomtrooper stuff in there. So that's kind of exciting for me. I think I pay $300 a month for everything right now, and this place costs $100. So if I can fit it all in there, I save a whole bunch of money. So yay, me.
Yay. Let's try this one. All right. I've tweeted. I don't know that it'll change anything, but it's been done. Man, that's so weird. Last week we had so many people here, and then it just is quiet this week.
I scared them all away.
You probably did. You were very, very passionate about the negative reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I know you worked on a card last night.
Sullivan said weird. Nobody else is here.
Where is everybody?
It's a private party between you and me, buddy.
What the fuck? So weird.
We're gonna lock eyes across the room, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey,
don't do that to him. He's gonna leave."
Do you like Doomtrooper?
I like
me too.
We should hang out.
Yeah, we should hang out sometime.
Damn.
Now this happens. It's like
it is weird. Yeah, it happens though.
I got a new hat. It's got
Liquid Death
stuff on it. Yeah. Yeah. Every like 4 or 5 streams, it's just people are like, not gonna hang out today.
Yeah, it really does happen.
Hey, Grim Industries here.
So I noticed you did not respond to your sister when I asked you about it.
No, I was too busy preparing for my friends.
All right.
So Obama Cat there on the top he's been really sick. I think we've talked about it a little bit. You can see he's shaved on the side where he got a biopsy done. They don't think it's cancer, but
it's a mass.
Yeah, but he's so skinny. Like, he's not retaining any nutrients, and it's really sad. So we've been trying to give him the best life possible. We've been cooking him like fresh chicken breasts, and we've taken him outside in the front yard, which he's never done before, and he'll just hang out in the sun. So we're making sure that my little buddy's got the best life ever. And if he is fine, then he's just gonna get treated the way he deserves. And if he's sick, then, you know, his remaining days are gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
So
poor buddy.
Yeah. He's my little goober. I think it's because he's so skinny. He sleeps with me all night now. I think he's cold, so he just
Yeah, I
like
think
curls
so.
up on me for warmth, and I'm like, finally, I've wanted this
After
my
all
whole
these
life.
years.
Yeah.
You okay?
Can't take. Oh, so
All right. So you did a card last night. You were working on a card.
sure, yeah.
And yes, they are busy playing, which is the great part. People are playing.
So I'm working towards a goal where I add one card to the game every day. So basically, I wake up in the morning and I make my coffee, and then I check my email, I add a card, and then I start my day job, and then at night I work on whatever I want for Doomtrooper. But I feel like if I can get up early and I can drink my coffee before I have any responsibility that I have to do, I can add a card. Because the code for this card is like literally 6 lines. It's not a lot.
Cast is 3 actions. For every 15 destiny points you spend, you may discard any warrior in play. Someone else's warrior?
Or yours?
Why would I want to discard one of my own warriors?
You're not thinking big enough. What if there's a card? So you can only have 6 warriors in your squad.
Okay, that's a good point.
I'm not done.
Sorry.
It's like, honey, I have something really important to tell you. So, and she interrupts me and says, I love you too. It's like, that wasn't where I was going with this.
Classic me.
Yeah, she does that.
Okay, go on.
So you have 6 warriors in your squad, that's it, right?
Yeah.
So what if I play a warrior that at the beginning of every one of my turns... Hi, Courtney. At the beginning of every one of my turns, it adds a 0001 warrior to your squad.
Okay.
So that means if you don't get your warriors out within 5 turns, I will fill up your squad
with crap. Okay.
That would be a valid card to add to the game. I would probably see it in Muhawi, or however you want to say. You could do something like Muhawi. There's a lot of debate on how to pronounce that. I say Muhawi. Someone else says Muwawoji. He's like the Lord of Visions and Madness.
Hold on, I put mascara on, and I literally got a piece of lint on the brush, and it's like stuck to the mascara, hanging into my eye. It's like the worst thing ever. I apologize. Ugh. Did you seriously just do that?
Are you done?
Still there, but I'll... I hate you. What?
Go ahead, get it.
It's on my left eye. It's so bad. You can feel it. You're mean.
Let me fix
You're
this.
so mean.
I can't get it right. There we go.
Hi, Michael.
So it turns out, side note, if anyone's into getting a really nice mirrorless camera for their stream or their Zoom calls, or teachers, hi Courtney, this camera works really well. But one thing I couldn't figure out was what kind of lens to use. So I think I have a pretty normal distance here.
Hey,
Not
Slayer,
that anybody will remember it, but 16 millimeter. It feels like 16 millimeter is like the perfect lens for doing Zoom calls and streaming. So I set my lens to 16 millimeter, and this is what you see. And it's directly above my monitor, so it's not too far away.
do you want to cast this card onto the screen while you talk about...
I will.
Oh, okay. So
anyways, I was saying Muhawi could have a card where he's basically making the other player hallucinate, and they are seeing warriors in their squad that aren't really there, but they are really there because they're cards.
Okay.
So the idea would be you fill up your entire opponent's squad, they can't play anything. That is a valid strategy that we could do in the future.
Okay,
and
I didn't know that. That's cool.
And in that case,
Balfour!
you would use this card to clear out your own squad as well.
Thank you, Rain. Okay, that makes sense.
So everybody should follow Blood Rain. Not only is he really ridiculously good looking, like Zoolander Blue Steel good looking, but he is also starting his own kind of media conglomerate with streaming and podcasting and God knows what else he's doing.
carries a pocket watch.
He does.
That.
Lots of respect for anybody who wears a watch. And then if you go even further to carry a pocket watch, you're like the elite. I'm all for it. Slayer says for 15 DP for war is a little too costly. Maybe. But that's something that we can get feedback in Discord. Because 5 DP would be way too
That's not enough.
cheap. Yeah. So maybe 10? But we'll see. I'm also really mad that it's a Brotherhood card. But we're discussing that.
You think it should be just like a general card?
Well, there's a bigger problem with...
Love you, Valfor.
There's a bigger problem with Brotherhood. So Brotherhood is the designer Brian's favorite faction. And when he made the rule to do one faction per deck, I think he forgot that every faction needed to be balanced. So
He got excited.
Yeah, so Brotherhood has like twice as many cards. Mainly art cards. So the problem is, if Brotherhood are the only guys who can use art cards, they have way too many cards.
Wait. I'm so sorry. Don't get mad at me. I didn't know that art card was a thing.
Art is a type of power. It's what the Brotherhood calls their powers, like Mishma calls powers.
Nope, didn't know that either. Okay, sorry.
It's written right on the card.
No, I see that it's written on the card. I
highlighted
it. The type of power. Okay.
So what we're supposed to do, and this is where any of you guys can offer suggestions, there's a keyword called blessed or blessed. There's also profane, which is the opposite. So blessed means this warrior can cast the art. Most, if not all, Brotherhood warriors would be blessed by default. They can cast it. But other factions, except Cybertronic, could have a blessed warrior. So that's so far so good, right? So art cards kind of become general. Anybody can use them. The problem is if you're a new player and you come into the game and you make an Imperial deck and you see Dispose and you put it in your deck, you're going to be confused why you can't use it. So how do you make the deck builder specifically? Like, I can use error messages in the game, but in the deck builder, how do I make it to where when you're making an Imperial deck, you can add art cards, but only if you have a blessed warrior? I don't know. Art cards are basically replacing general fate cards. I mean, not really. We still have tons of general fate cards, but I do like the idea of you being able to play cards in your deck that can cast art. Like, it's a strategy, right? Like, what if you played Agent Nick Michaels and then you gave him Blessed Armor, which made him blessed, and then you had him cast Dispose to get rid of your opponent's Necromutant? I don't know. I think that's a cool strategy, and it would keep people on their toes. They'd be surprised, like, oh shit, your Imperial deck is using art spells. Or, bear with me, what if your Cybertronic deck used art spells? I know I said Cybertronic can't use art, but you can put Cartel guys in your Cybertronic deck, and Blessed Armor is... It's not going to show up. Oh, there it is. Blessed Armor. Attached to any Cartel warrior, armor +3, owning warrior is blessed and gets power immunity. So, you could have a Cybertronic deck, play Agent Nick Michaels, give him Blessed Armor, and then he could cast Dispose. And you would throw people for a loop. It would be really cool. Well, Slayer, to be fair, I'm not saying you can use 2 factions per deck. We will do special events that allow that. What I'm saying is that your 1 faction deck would be able to cast art spells, and that is the reason we haven't added Blessed Armor is because, you know, if I come in here and I say, all right, I'm going to make a new Imperial deck, and now I'm in here, I only see Imperial, Cartel, and General. So if I wanted to do Dispose, it's not there, because Dispose is an art spell and Imperial can't cast the art. So if I just add art to it, then you get the confusion where people will try to play it and won't understand why. It's a problem I have to solve to finish the last group of cards. So I'm working on it mentally right now while I'm coding other things, and then I'll code it once I come up with something that I'm pretty happy with. Yeah, and in Balfour, I think he already left, but yeah, thanks. So,
Good dude right there.
Checking in on the cats.
There are no cats.
There are no cats.
Cats. I tried to pet Effie a second ago and he just ran away from me. He's like feral, but not I feel like he forgets who we are every day.
Slayer, there was always an option to add. I should probably move this a little. There was always an option to add Brotherhood to a special list where Brotherhood could be used in any deck. But once you start doing that, you might as well just let people start merging all decks. And then it's like a weird slippery slope. So I'm not sure what to do there. I like the idea of everybody being their own deck and not mixing and matching so much, but there's always a small part of me that just says one day we'll just flip a switch and everybody can mix and match. But trying to go with like the design for now.
Be a fun event.
And we will have events to test that first.
You like the chaos
and
event?
Oh, that's a good name. The chaos event.
Chaos event. You can use any card.
Any cards from any faction in any deck, and you play that event against other people. I think that'd be rad. And you never know. We might do that, and you guys might freak out. You might be like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And it's so much more fun. And then we'll do an expansion, and we'll say starting on September 1st, these are the new deck rules. Like we can do that because it's digital and it's fun.
Careful when you take the cat out of the box. Yeah. Hi, Brian. By the way.
But there's no cat in the box.
Stupid.
Oh, is that not what you meant?
Stupid. It's a taco truck, not a box.
It is a taco truck. That's true. So some of you might not know. Years ago, I made the first tutorial, and it was basically like if you've ever programmed, it was all over the rules engine. The code for the rules of Doomtrooper, there was if is tutorial, do this. Like all over the place. It was everywhere. It was totally ahead.
Listened. I called him and he came. That's for me.
Then I made what's called an event system. And what that is you take a file. It's a JSON file if anyone's a nerd. And JSON. And it defines things like this is the deck that player 1 should use, and here are all the cards. This is the deck that player 2 should use, and here are all the cards. And these are the customized rules, and here's any dialogue that characters need to say. And I made that work for a test Halloween event, actually, like 2 years ago. And then I went to the tutorial, and I moved it into one of these files. So the tutorial is an event. And in an event, you can use any rules, you can use any cards. It doesn't matter if you own them or not. I could make you a deck with 60 Alakais, and that's your whole deck. And I could say, start this game. Michael knows what I mean, because our developer tools are the same way. I can type a command in and start a game with any deck I want, even if it's only 3 cards. It'll start it, and I can test those cards, and it's great. So we made the event system that allows that, and I've been slowly expanding it over time so that the event system can do anything. The next evolution of the event system will both be a new tutorial that has like multiple stages. So it'll be like 3 fights in a row will be the tutorial. And you'll learn beginning, intermediate, advanced stuff. And then the other evolution is making the events be multiplayer. Currently there's always single player, but it's minimal amount of work to make it multiplayer. And what that means is I could say, here's a new lobby. And in this lobby, people are playing the event, and the event forced them to use 60 Alakais, or remove the rule that only allows decks of one faction. And really, it's literally like one line of code to say all factions. And I can turn that on, and I can say start this event on Friday at midnight, end it on Sunday at midnight. And I can let that happen, and it'll show up on the main menu, and you'll click the link, and like it's really a cool system. And that's why... That's one reason that it's taken so long to build Doomtrooper, as well as... thank you for the follow, Grim. As well as why what we've built is so important. I didn't use Unity. I didn't use Unreal. I built
script.
I built my own technology specifically for card games. And what that means is unlocking new cards, new decks, deck templates, statistics, events, dialogue systems. Everything I built from the ground up to be specifically for Doomtrooper and future card game. So
painstakingly built.
If you had a chart of the game, it was like slow, slow, slow. Okay, we got some stuff done. Oh, no, now it's all buggy. But now we're at the end of that chart where it's kind of just going like this. because all of the systems that I've built are starting to work together. So when I'm like, oh, I need to change this, I don't have to go and write thousands of lines of code. I just have to connect this wire to this wire and solder it together, and all of a, metaphorically,
It's solder.
and all of a sudden everything works. For example, the event system, I could define a new event and have you guys play it, and it would show up at the bottom of the menu. And I have a scheduling system. So I could say, schedule an event, start on this date, end on this date. I connect those two pieces, and I now have events that start automatically and end automatically. It's really cool. It's really cool. And if anybody's curious about the nerd side of things, when I start doing the programming streams again, feel free to come in and ask questions. I mean, you can ask now as well, but I'm always on Discord, and I like talking about that stuff. But I try to keep it to a minimum on the Sunday stream because, most people play the game, don't want to make the game, and it's different. But
It is different.
But hopefully you guys understand what I mean. Like, you build all these systems. Another great example is I built a reward system. So I can say grant reward, and I can tie it to a schedule or an event or whatever, or a mission. I can say grant reward, and it can be an avatar, a title, a card back, a lore card, a variant card, whatever. And I realized that with about an hour's worth of work, I can grant people decks as rewards. So I'll be doing that probably next week, where I can give you a weekly quest that gives you a new starter deck, at least during the beta. So while I'm finishing the single player stuff, you'll just be able to get a complete 60 card deck, starter deck of, say, Cybertronic for completing your weekly mission. And I think that'll be pretty cool.
I think you're pretty cool.
It's important to note as well that if I give you guys free decks, like from a monetary standpoint or a reward standpoint, it's kind of the worst thing I can give you. And I'm not trying to be a dick, but the reason is the best thing I can give you is a variant card, more likely. That's the highest value reward because you keep your variant cards forever, even during a reset. I don't take away the variant cards. So after we launch the game, you will still have any variants you earn now. That's why I haven't given very many away. Then the second most valuable thing I can give away are cosmetics, because you also keep those forever. They're not as valuable though, because you can't use them in game. So some people would argue that, but you keep them. A close third, if not tied with second, are packs, because anytime we do a reset, you get those packs back, you get to reopen them. So those are highly valuable, and I've given away too many. So
That's
we're gonna have to
a lot
pull
of
the brakes back a little bit on that for some of you guys. I'm looking at you, Brian, with your bajillion packs.
Billion.
Because if I increase the rarity rate and I give away more ultra rares, someone like Brian's gonna get a complete set like that. Like, I got to be careful. I got to be cognizant of that. Although I don't mind it because Brian's been such a good supporter of the project.
Yes, he has.
Then the least valuable thing I can give you are decks, because if I give you a 60 card deck as a reward, you gain 60 card. And that seems great. But if you reset your collection, those 60 cards are gone because you've reset your packs. Those cards didn't come from a pack, if that makes sense. But on the flip side, I think it's okay because as of right now, you don't have to do a reset. And 2, it gives you a bunch of cards for the right now. So I think if I gave away a Cybertronic deck to everybody right now, you would get a lot of enjoyment out of it, even if it goes away on the reset. But yeah, bear that in mind. And that's important to know that any variant cards, any lore cards, any cosmetics, you will get to keep forever, even during a reset.
Never.
Even after launch. Like, those are yours. You earned those trophies, and I won't take them away. Julie?
Oh. Hi. I have nothing to say because I haven't done or experienced anything in 2 weeks. 3 times.
I don't know if anyone's familiar with a company called Wyze, W-Y-Z-E. They make really cheap, pretty rad security cameras, like wireless internet security cameras. Like a Nest camera is $200, a Wyze camera is $30, and it works arguably just as well. They've been branching out, making really cheap electronics that are cool, and they just made a vacuum, like a robot vacuum, like a Roomba, with LiDAR. I don't know if anyone's familiar with LiDAR, but like 10 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, LiDAR was $1 million, and it was only found in submarines. and it's a spinning light that shoots light in all directions, and it makes a three-dimensional map, like a video game, of your surroundings. So a computer can say, okay, I'm a submarine, and I can see this 3D world around me. So it can basically make the real world into a little video game, and it can navigate through things because the LiDAR lets it map its surroundings. So this vacuum is $200, and it has LiDAR. And from a nerd standpoint, I was like, I need that. And
our current vacuum is just he's actually in the cat shot.
My Roomba is like 8 years old.
Yeah.
He's hitting end of life.
And we've always had multiple pets, so
yeah. So anyways,
it's been a tough life for that robot.
A good Roomba without LiDAR is $800. And this one is $200 with LiDAR. So from a nerd standpoint, like when you get this thing, you press Quick Map and it goes through your whole house and it uses LiDAR to make a 3D map of your apartment. Like and you look at it on the screen, I'm like, it's really cool. Granted, I'm probably giving a map of my apartment to China, but I hope they have fun with that. Honestly, I'm having tons of fun with it. I hope they do too. So anyways, if anyone's interested in LiDAR, feel free to hit me up because I think that's a really cool technology that is, it's revolutionizing like driverless cars and stuff, but also driverless vacuums.
Driverless vacuums.
Yeah. So here's something that people will be interested in. You'll notice the bottom of the screen is now different. So this is going live in this update.
Oh, snap!
Little tiny thing you'll notice. There are all three variants visible here in the top now. You can kind of see the retro variant peeking out there, which is kind of fun. So this UI is going to get tweaked over time. My main focus is the functionality, but at the bottom here it says you can deconstruct cards that you no longer want to earn acquisition points to acquire new cards. So our crafting points are currently called acquisition points, and you use them to acquire new cards. And to destroy a card, you deconstruct it. So I have 200 acquisition points right now, and this one only costs 100, so I'll try to get another one. And that's like, oh, I got an error because I already have 10 of them, which is the max, which is what I would expect. If you click deconstruct, you'll see over here on the right, one of those dots is no longer filled. And down here at the bottom, you'll see kind of behind the giant Pokemons. I now own 9 of 10, and I gained 20 acquisition points for destroying it. So you'll be able to come in here if you want and just, well, I can't click it real fast because it takes a second, but there.
Now you have none.
I no longer have any greater needs, and all of my decks are invalid because they all need a greater need.
Uh-oh.
So, oh, I screwed up, so I'll go back in here, and I will click acquire. Now I own one. Oh, now most of my decks are good because they only use one of greater need. So I spent a lot of time tweaking this and making sure it worked. Like, what happens if you destroy all your cards that you need in a deck? That's really cool. Solafin. So if I deconstruct enough cards, I get some ultra rare I want. Yes, exactly. Or I think you're looking at it backwards. Alakai is he's an ultra rare. So if I deconstruct one of my Alakais, I just got 400 points. So now I can craft 4 of another card or 2 of an uncommon. Like, if you get an ultra rare and you deconstruct it, you can also get 3 miscommunications or something along those lines. So there's something there too. Now, full disclosure, I started with the values of Hearthstone, the way they do their crafting, because they also have 4 rarities, and their algorithm has been used apparently in League of Legends. Is it Runeterra, the other card game? So they have the pretty much like established crafting rules. The reason I went with that, which is a little lower than I would prefer, is because we also have mission cards coming out soon, and one of the mission cards you could see as a wild card, kind of like Magic the Gathering Arena does. So I can give you a mission card and I can say, swap this card for any ultra rare you want. And that's super cool. So if we're going to have wild cards and we're going to allow crafting numbers have to be a little lower. Otherwise, it's just too easy to get everything. So hopefully that makes sense. But So the first version of crafting, you can now right-click or click, either one, to open this menu. It used to be just right-click. Let me move my face. There. So when you get in here, you can deconstruct or acquire the cards. This is the first draft of crafting. We might tweak the values and stuff, but the next step of crafting, which will happen, let's say, March-ish, maybe a little later, you will be able to craft variant cards. I say later because crafting variant cards, you know, it kind of needs to be post-launch, but we'll probably test it maybe for like a weekend where you guys can come in and craft a bunch of variant cards, or one variant card. Maybe I'll restrict it. You guys will go a little nuts. But you'll be able to come in here and say like, okay, I'm going to turn, you know, 5 a greater needs into 1 variant golden a greater need, or something along those lines. And then if you destroy a variant card, you'll get more points. So there'll be like a balance there. Where is the option to scan my physical card?
That made me laugh.
No, it's you open the menu and you click on redeem right here. So if we
I don't think that's what he needs. Okay.
Sorry,
Right.
I can get. They're buried in the bottom of my desk.
Oh goodness.
So after COVID-19 is over, and you come and you visit us at a convention or something, we can give you one of these. It's a little blurry.
Why did you minimize us right when you were gonna
Oh, I didn't mean to.
zoom in on
There we go.
cards?
That's what I meant to do. Thank you.
That makes a lot more sense.
So we do have physical cards here, which I'm covering one of the codes, and you can come see us in person, which hopefully
Remember that?
by 2022 that might include Europe, and then also you'll be able to get these.
To be fair, it included Europe in 2018, but nobody came
Oh yeah, that's true.
to see us.
We were in Sweden.
Yeah, we were.
So this card, if you place an order on our online store, when it goes back up, like a t-shirt or a hoodie or a pin, we throw one of these in for free. This one we occasionally sell for, I don't remember, it's $5 or $10, but we sell it on.
It was 10, I think.
We sell it on the store on occasion and in person. And so this one, I mean, I can kind of show you. It has a code on the back, and this one comes with a title, an avatar, a lore card, and I think a couple packs. So it's
I don't remember
it's got a code
anymore.
on the back. You have to check. And then this one has a code under my finger. It's just a lore card. But if you enter those codes, well, what happened here? That was
I don't know. You're the one in control. What did you
Oh,
do?
I got a bug.
You broke
I'm
it?
gonna have to fix that.
Broke your own game.
I did. It's nested curtains.
I want to see this.
But yeah, if you come into the lore cards, you can see the lore cards in the lore browser. So these are the 2 you earn from promos. It's given out by developers, sold by Secret Calibur at conventions. Yeah.
I know they look different, and that's like controversial. We took it out of the thing. Don't worry. But it was really cool to like print actual cards of our version of Doomtrooper. They smell good too.
I really look forward. The goal is, when the game is a success, I'm actually going to make packs of these new cards and sell them at conventions. And it'll work like there will be common ones, uncommon ones, rare ones, ultra rares in the packs. But the ultra rares will be like you get a free hoodie. You know, so you buy a pack and you open it and you get these collectible cards. But there will be occasional ones put in there where we will give you, or in the case of long distance, we will mail you like a physical item, which would be kind of. And then the other cards would have codes on them for like free packs and lore cards and mission cards and stuff. So technically, Grim, you can scan your physical cards.
He knows that's not what he meant. But anyways, it's flipping cool.
And honestly, Grim, I will probably do a thing where maybe like on a Sunday sometime in the future, I'll be like, hey, Send me a picture of your physical Doomtrooper collection with you holding a sign that says, "My name is Grim Industry." And if you do that, I will give you something in the game. You know, like a retro variant or a retro card back or something like that that's like, you know...
Old school
Yeah,
collector.
you proved you're really good at Photoshop yourself with classic Doomtrooper, so here's a reward.
That'll show those 20-year-olds.
Fun fact, if it's actually not even in the game yet, if you pre-ordered Siege of the Citadel,
Last weekend.
the board game on Kickstarter, you will get a special card back in Doomtrooper.
Oh, not that. I just meant that it finally shipped.
Yeah, it finally
Right?
shipped apparently.
Yeah.
But there's a card back in Siege, like for the cards in the game. That card back has been ported to Doomtrooper, and I will be giving codes to Chris at Modifius, and he will send out an email to all of the Siege backers who can get that card back in Doomtrooper. Yeah, so that'll be cool.
It's rad.
Mhm.
Did you tell me? You probably did.
Long
You
time
told me
ago.
everything, but I don't remember. I didn't remember that. That's cool.
So that's I mean, you know, kind of it's good for you guys because if you back Siege, you get a really exclusive Doomtrooper card back. But it's good for me because everybody who backs Siege will be like, "Oh, look, Doomtrooper's a thing," which maybe they don't know about already.
That's really cool.
Trying to see what else
That's pretty rad.
Really tell a story.
I've said I have nothing. I literally have nothing to talk about. There is nothing going on in my life. Yeah, but I do think you should do a quick reminder of this month's rewards.
Oh, I fixed the versus screen. So now when you start a game, let's see, developer, this screen has
Okay.
been rewritten. So it's a little faster as well as manageable to update, but these stats at the bottom of the screen are now correct.
They weren't?
Yeah, somebody pointed out that there was a bug where it always showed your season rank on both sides, and I just didn't even know that.
Oh.
So I fixed that so it'll show the proper season rewards. And
Okay.
let's see. Most of the check-ins I've been doing are crafting. Oh, if there is a server disconnect, you get this message over on the right here. There's now a button that says force reconnect.
Refresh. Okay.
Yeah, so if you click that, it'll force a refresh, which will force the game to try to reconnect. So if you get in like a really bad networking state or a bug or whatever, that button might help some people who don't know that they can hit F5. So that's a big one. Let's see. Oh, there's a small update that's kind of temporary. So Immaculate Spawn, if you highlight him, you can't really see it. Please hold.
Oh.
Ah! Sometimes OBS is annoying. There we go. If you highlight him, you see his token underneath. So Immaculate Spawn turns into Immaculate Fury, so you'll see both on the highlight. For example, what's another one? Razide will show you the remains. Luna Memorial Hospital shows you the ruins.
Whoa.
The big one is that made me want to do it is Longshore shows you the Bannermen, so you know like what they're created. I don't love this UI, but the math that involves showing the bigger card, then showing the flags, and then, you know, depending on what side of the screen you're on, it shows up on the left or right. Like, there's a lot of math happening there, so it's tricky to change. So I want to have that a little bit better in the future. But for now, it just shows up underneath. So like Cartel Grunt, Cartel Special Forces. But that's a pretty important update. You don't have to wonder what something means on the text. If it's a token card, it'll show you. But it only shows you one. So in the case of like Dio Show of the Ancient Emperors, it only shows you one ancient power because I don't have enough room to show all three yet. It's something that I'll have to fix in the long run. It's kind of a UI nightmare. This is definitely a step forward, which is nice. I fixed the what is thy bidding causing an error.
Oh, that card again.
Yeah, it's like if you play it during combat or something, fix that. I don't know. There's a whole list of things. Oh, a greater need was like forcing your character to go to the hand when it's supposed to go to your squad. I fixed that as well. That was something that was just a typo. I had the ifs backwards.
Oh.
It's like if this, do this, else do that, and the do this, do that's switched. So that's fun.
All right.
It's the first time you've seen Immaculate Fury. What? The AI plays him all the time. I guess you don't play a lot of AI games.
Yeah, that is true. The AI does play Immaculate.
As a reminder, Liquid Death is delicious. You can use our code to get 10% off.
Immaculate Spawn.
What did Julie want me to show?
Just in case people haven't seen it.
Yeah. Season rewards.
Loading.
Oh, I have a bug in this one again.
What?
Oh, I have a bug in this one again. It's because I don't have,
What did you do?
It's because I don't have descriptions.
Because it just says TBD in that field?
No, the one I imported doesn't have anything.
Mm.
Sorry, one sec. Import.
Wow.
I gotta...
Well, here's something to work on today.
No, it's done. I just don't have the new data in my... on this computer.
Okay.
So there's a bug if avatars have blank descriptions. It tries to read the description and it doesn't exist and it freaks out. So there we go. I just didn't have the latest data on this computer.
Ooh.
So yeah. So there are the 2 Cybertronic rewards for the season this month. And then there's the 2 Cybertronic card backs, which are some of my favorite. I really, really like this Cybertronic card back. I think it's cool.
It is cool. All right, nice. So that's what you need to, that's what you will get if you play this month.
Yep. I think you start getting them at rank 15. I don't
Yeah. Ugh, shit. I don't know. Isn't it 50? Is it 20 or 15? Oh my god.
I think you get one of them at 20. I don't remember which one. I have too much information in my brain to remember. But
yeah, rank 20. You get the green avatar. Rank 15, you get the green card back.
there you go. My wife's got it unlocked. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, like we gave away the Get Me Out of Here card. That is something that if you got that, you're actually really lucky because you'll get to keep that. Annoying aspect ratio, isn't it? That's a little better. Yeah, you'll get to keep that forever. Even when we do resets, like you get to keep the Get Me Out of Here variant card. So that's why the variant cards are so rare to be given away.
Hello to NBHY.
NB Hyperion RL.
Hyperion. That makes sense. I don't know why I didn't see that. For some reason, it's a lot of letters.
Yeah. So yesterday, I told Michael, I didn't tell anybody else. Yesterday, my whole computer just stopped working properly. None of my development tools were working. I did an update of something and it decided to fight with the other thing. And I spent like my whole work time just trying to fix it. I did fix it, but I was only able to finish Dispose, which I wanted to finish everything. So today, I will be adding fan favorite, the Johanna Puker, will be added.
Puker.
I don't know if the stats will change quite yet. I might put them in as is and let you guys fight me over it. Bacteria Grenade, very similar to the Puker. They're both cards that will permanently lower your opponent's armor, which is something that's going to be showing up a lot more. And then Sacrifice of the Master. Play at any time. For each warrior you discard from your squad, you gain 10 destiny. If played during combat, non-combatants may be discarded in this manner. So those cards will be going live, which will be interesting. I'm sure people will riot as usual.
That skeleton's pretty gross looking in the upper right. I mean, upper left.
And if you don't have any packs and you want these cards, you'll be able to craft them with the new crafting system. So that's fun. I'm also inside the developer menu. I'm going to try, I don't know if it'll work. I'm going to put a button that will erase your local assets off your computer and force the game to re-download them. Because there's been an increasing number of people who have been having trouble downloading the assets, and then they get into the game and things are broken. So we're going to try to fix that. Hey, Ted.
Oh, hi, Ted. Good to see you.
Grim Industry, yeah. So if you played the card during combat, you can destroy someone who's not in combat, but you can't destroy the guys who are in combat because that would cause crashes or something. Yeah, basically, Slayer, you can't choose the combatant. I'll probably change the wording. That's as a lot of you guys may not know, the wording that you see like on stream is like how Brian left it in the 3rd edition doc. So I often will change that. It might say Dark Symmetry instead of Power. It might say Special Card instead of Fate Card. Who knows? So I try to change that as I'm adding the card in. So I'm trying to put a button in here that will force the game to restart and re-download your assets if possible. Just so when people have that trouble, someone in Discord can just say, hey, click the developer menu, press this button, it should fix it. Then we have the nerfs that we've been talking about. So Free Marine and Sunset Striker are changing a little bit. Heretics are going down a little bit. War Medic is having some change that I'm still trying to finalize to prevent an infinite game, so he keeps healing somebody. Mitch Hunter and Nicodemus might get improved, but I think I might push those to next week. And then I think that's it. Yeah. So the big stuff is some new cards, some nerfs on the overpowered cards, a bunch of bug fixes, and then the crafting system. I also will be changing the name, not the name, the icon of the game soon. So when you see that, feel free to riot.
What are you changing it to? Did you decide?
Probably the original, but I don't know where it is right now.
The original logo?
No, the original logo, the original icon that we made for the alpha that we didn't use. But in retrospect, I think it's probably usable.
Like literally, like the icon on Instagram?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We made an icon when we started Doomtrooper. We paid an artist to design an icon, and we didn't use it.
Oh.
Because we didn't like it.
Okay.
But now, in retrospect, I think it's a good fit.
Okay. All right.
Also, this art is really bitchin'. You know, I like it.
Yo, I don't like teeth and saliva, you know?
This artwork is missing.
Oh, good, because I was like, that doesn't really look like artwork.
Steve, why is this artwork missing?
But it's not even the shruggy. What is that? Like, what is that?
I think that means that it's got a typo, like in the art. So
yeah,
it has art, but the art's not there.
It looks like a background of something
I think Shruggy shows up if you don't
have any artwork.
Actually, I might have broken Shruggy because I'm using the new card renderer, and the new card renderer might not support Shruggy.
Well, then this is what you get instead, I guess.
Yeah, it's just missing. It's very clear that it's missing, though.
Is it? Because it kind of looks like art. At least Shruggy was like, oh, this is obviously not meant to be.
Well, I'm going to task Julie with rewriting the card renderer to support Shruggy since she is so adamant about that.
Nah.
You can learn JavaScript.
Nah, I'll go play Animal Crossing instead.
Sacrifice of the Master plus What is Thy Bidding? For every card you annihilate from your hand, draw one random card from your discard pile. Wait, why am I not seeing why that's a disaster, Tomek? Because you bring back cards from... Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe. You're saying that you'll bring back Sacrifice of the Master? Oh, wait, no, I see what you're saying. For each warrior you discard from your squad, you gain 10 destiny, so then you use What is Thy Bidding to bring them back from your discard pile. Yeah,
fix this, like, period, lack of space thing.
That might be a disaster, or that might be a really valid combo. I don't know. We'll see. It's really easy to fix either way, so we'll see how much you guys break things.
There's a typo on that card. There should be, there's like a period, there's like DP, a space, then a period, and then the word if.
Yeah, that's because we don't have anyone in charge of the English language when it comes to Doomtrooper cards. I think I've signed 9 people to do that, myself included, and nobody's done it. So, yeah, there are typos, there are inconsistencies. The text is too long and you can't read it. We use the wrong words. We use vintage words when we should be using modern words, or vice versa. Nobody can handle that task. That is apparently the hardest task in all of Doomtrooper. I failed. Steve failed. My friend Hunter was going to do it. He didn't make it. We had 2 or 3 different designers come on board. 2 producers. I even think Kevin volunteered at one point. I don't know. Yeah, really, Slayer, it shouldn't matter your resolution. It should work on all of them, and it should be small enough to fit on all cards. Like some cards, like this, that's too much text.
Yeah.
Like, I get it that card game text is scripture, like it's very important, but you may negate the effects of any just played condition, proclamation, or fate card provided you first annihilate 3 rand. That's a lot. Why can't it say annihilate : 3 dash negate just played condition or fate card? Something along those lines. Like, a lot of the stuff on these cards, I feel like, especially in digital, should be in the rules and not on the card. Like, at the end of this one, it says any actions or DP spent to play the cards is lost. Like, that should be just part of the rules. Like, if a card is canceled, you lose the DP or actions that you spent. Yeah, we have adaptable font size, Dolphin.
Yeah, that would be helpful. I didn't know if you did. I was thinking about that.
We have it. I think what you're asking more so is, can we have adaptable font size that makes sure the text fits in the box? The answer is technically yes, but you don't want 4-pixel font. You won't be able to read it. Like, I can make it fit, and you'll be like,
well,
what does that say? Like, it's
so is there a way though to, oh geez, I just hit the mic. Is there a way to use the adaptive font but then say it can't go below 10 or something?
I mean, yeah, but then we still end up with the same problem. That's basically what it's doing.
It's fun.
Can you sacrifice the master on token warriors like Bannerman? Unless it's bugged, Tomek, token warriors are supposed to be annihilated on defeat. So you can discard them, and you can return them to your hand, and you'll actually see the token card in your hand. But if they are killed from the battlefield, they are supposed to move to the annihilated pile. But there might be bugs with that, or ways to get around it. You know, like dying in combat might annihilate, but discarding might not. So we'll have to take a look at that. Yeah, but anyways, like, this card should be like 2 sentences at most, like short sentences, 2 lines, excuse me. So we'll change that. Oh, another update that went in is, so if you look at Sean Gallagher, Unique and Klansman, and we talked about this last week, Slayer is in gray underneath, trying to tell you that it's just telling you the definition, he doesn't have it. So if I start a game with Sean Gallagher, 5 seconds. So we put him out here. So he has Unique and Klansman, right? If I activate him, on the card itself, like in the card text, you'll see it now says Slayer at the top. Like, that's a new change. So if you become wounded, if you have amnesia, whatever the flag might be, Slayer is a good one. It shows up on the card now, which is part of my effort to prevent confusion. It used to only show up on the right, and it wouldn't show up on the card text, and now Slayer will show up on the card text. And then, let's see, if I end my turn, when it gets back to my turn, it goes away. Slayer says, your deck is amazing. Are you referring to this deck of 1 card? Because it's awesome. So now you'll see at the top, it just says Unique and Clansman. It doesn't say Unique Clansman Slayer because the Slayer effect is worn off. So it's a subtle change, but it should help with some confusion that people have had in the past. But yeah, you shouldn't. Sacrifice of the Master, I believe, will work with Bannermen, but when they are discarded, they are annihilated. So you'd have to create another one, which could be overpowered. Maybe Sacrifice of the Master needs to be annihilated when you play it. Like, that might be a good balance. I'll have to play around with it. But I'm going to finish this update today, and then most likely, since a lot of people play on Sundays, I'll put up an announcement and probably put this live like close to midnight tonight. So I'll wake up.
Midnight our time.
I'm sure I'll wake up to all kinds of broken shit because it's a fairly big update. What?
That doesn't sound like a fun way to wake up on a Monday.
That's how it works. If I get it done early and the servers are slow, I'll put it up early. But we'll see. So.
All right.
My wife is just ever so like elegantly just laying her hand on my arm, just like lovingly. Tomek says I switched to Mishma then. Yeah, go for it, man. Like, the way I see it is I'm giving you guys Bacteria Grenade, Sacrifice of the Master, and Gehenna Puker that are going to be pretty overpowered, right?
Is puke a real word for a gun?
Flamethrower, so kind of. So anyways, I'm giving you those 3 overpowered cards while I'm taking away all your fun with Heretics, Free Marines, and Sunset Strikers. So I see it as a trade. You know, everyone's going to be like rioting in the streets because their Heretics don't have a 95% win rate anymore, or their Sunset Strikers aren't winning 100% of their games. So we'll see. But like Michael said, augments are really fun. I want some people to play some more Cybertronic stuff. I think maybe next week we'll do a second pass on the augments. We'll increase the pool of things that you can give them. I think it'll be fun.
If you could pick a robot body part, what would you pick?
No comment.
I want eyes. I want robot eyes. That's my pick.
What do those robot eyes do?
See fucking 2020 and then like
you
also...
can just get LASIK though.
Yeah, I know, but I wasn't done. But I also want more information. I
like Google Glass built into your eyes?
Yeah, pretty much. I want to be able to take video and photos.
Creepy.
And I don't know, I feel like there's a lot you could do with robot eyes. Like you could get information, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Google Glass.
Robot eyes. Of course he had Google Glass.
I still have it.
It was a weird reaction from people. These like ugly ass fat people would be like, "Are you recording me right now?" And I'm like, "Why would we be recording you? Why?"
Yeah, everybody thought I'd be recording them. It was a little ridiculous.
Anybody would say that. Just like normal ass people would be like, "Are you recording me?" And be like, "Why? Why would we record you?"
Yeah, I was never like super gorgeous women walking by being like, "Are you recording me?"
Even people just like it was like when we were in Florida, it was just like random people that would be like why would I waste any energy and time on recording you?
I mean, those are the same people that think the world is a conspiracy and everybody's against them. And
I guess.
All right, so Tomek asked which factions are winning most right now. So that
you mean like played or?
So that data is kind of skewed because we give away 3 starter decks. So those are always the most played decks. But let's see. Play deck. Need to rename that. Sorry, Google Analytics is like really, really dumb. Like I want to see
like the most used by.
I know, but like I want to see the played deck, and it's not. I know you guys can't see it. I try to keep some of the numbers private, but like.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Why does it not show me? There we go. Okay, so we did the reset on February 1st, and today's the 21st. So The number one most played faction is Bauhaus, then Algaroth.
Does that count though? Because the AI always uses Algaroth.
I mean,
So isn't that like?
I already said it's a little skewed. So we give away Bauhaus, Algaroth, and Capital. The top three are Bauhaus, Algaroth, and Brotherhood. That's interesting.
Turns out it's not just Brian Winter's
It's
favorite.
very interesting. And Capital is fourth, then Mishma, then Cybertronic, then Imperial. And last is Cartel. But don't tell anybody you can make Cartel decks. It's a secret. But while we're on the subject of secrets, A, you can make Cartel decks. Shh. B, Cartel does track your rank just like any other faction. 3, it'll have rewards for all 10 faction ranks when that goes live. And 4, there is a special hidden secret Easter egg mission. It's not in yet, but it will involve playing a Cartel deck. I think I've said too much. Yeah. It also involves a secret society, and if I tell you too much, then the secret society will have him killed. So, but I encourage you, the 10 or 11 of you who can hear me, plus the people watching at home, to watch for cool Cartel deck strategies. Grim says, now that I'm done, whoa, did I just say something? Did I just give things away? Shh. Grim says, why is Imperial at the end? People just don't like Imperial yet, and it's okay. I would think it's because the Imperial's biggest ability is against Dark Legion. So it's only useful during a certain faction. So the augments made Cybertronic unique. The next one that Steve and I want to make unique is Imperial. We don't really know what it's going to be like yet, but it's something to do with banding together. You know, like basically like even how Sunset Strikers get really powerful when you have more of them, like that should be Imperial. Like Klansmen should be like, the more Klansmen, they should take down something. So some way to make that unique, maybe we were playing with an idea for Undead Legionnaires actually, where a bunch of Undead Legionnaires could merge together. So maybe there's something where if you had a bunch of Klansmen, you can merge them together into like a Klansman horde, and it gets like quadruple the stats and Slayer and so I don't know. But we want something to make Imperial Klansmen specifically a little more unique and powerful, and that should be coming in the next like month or so. Slayer, we know the drill, you'll have to kill us. Yeah,
It's like Fight Club.
I mean, I really like Easter eggs, so you guys can't get it yet, but there is a title related to all of this right here. But like I said, I've said too much. But I encourage you to read up on your Mutant Chronicles lore, 3rd edition. Page, well, I can't give the page, never mind. So yeah, Doomtrooper, big update. This is good. So this update is going to be 0.10.27, but it's actually going to be the release candidate, I think, for version 0.11, because crafting and a bunch of the changes that have been happening, I think are worthy of bumping the middle number up just as like a significant milestone. So this will be like a test run to make sure that everything's good, and then I'll fix any reported bugs, and then I'll upgrade the version, I think, to 0.11.0, which will include the new icon. So that's most likely what will happen, is you won't get the new icon this update, and then that'll be part of the final update to bump the version number. So yeah, unless anyone has any other questions, I appreciate everybody hanging out and playing Doomtrooper, as a ton of people have today already, and I hope that continues.
Yay, Sunday.
This update will be good, and if things continue, then every week we'll have, 4 or 5 new cards at least, which would be nice. I will also be spending a lot of time in the near future on train of thought just derailed.
You start thinking about kittens or something?
I don't know what I started thinking. You put your head on my shoulder. And I will spend a lot of time on the new tutorial and the events, so we'll start seeing new tutorials for you guys to test. And then
That is exciting.
reward track is a big one. I will start defining the reward track for leveling your account, leveling each of the factions, and the new player quest line that you'll get, which will unlock new stuff. And I'll be changing the weekly quests a little bit, like I said, to let you guys unlock new starter decks during beta, so that you'll just be able to get new cards without having to craft. And yeah, it should be exciting. The game's stable and fun, and oh, and I want to bring back Young Guard. He's been disabled for a little while, along with some other broken cards. But I would like to fix that bug next and bring him back. So, yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. And
Do you want to pop over to Matano or feeling lazy?
I'm tired. If there are new cards, we need to gain new packs to find them. Tomek, or you can craft them.
Get to testing.
Yeah. So you can craft them, or
Hopefully
you
it
can
works.
reset your collection if you want, if you're feeling brave. You can always come on Discord and ask me for an extra reset, and you can just reset your packs and redo them all. But like I said, you would lose any additional starter decks you've earned or stuff like that. So that's always an option. But we can chat more on Discord. So thank you guys for hanging out, and I will see you guys at some point next week. Sunday for sure.
Definitely Sunday.
Okay.
Bye.